Tav X, purity becoming one. Tav X, purity becoming one. Urgent alert, Israelite, soil green is upon us. This is going to be a special report. Um, going to be Bible verses. It's coming out of my head only. And anyway, you'll hear it. Um, we're at 24 seconds. I'm going to give like 8 minutes because I know it's very late. I got back home late. When I found out this information, I was already driving away from my house, and I got back home late. I ate, and I'm here. So whoever will be able to watch it now, watch it with me. And anybody else can watch it when I upload it. Mm. We're at 2 minutes, 30 seconds. I know it's late. People working, people sleeping. But I'm not going to wait until tomorrow. I'm not going to wait until tomorrow to do this video. Got the information, and who knows, I could lose the video clip. So I want to do it now. And if I have to do it by myself, I do it by myself. But sometimes there's people on, they're not on a live chat, but it's an urgent alert. It's kind of troubling. It's troubling. I can't say I'm happy, but it needs, we got to come to the end. And I'll explain when I start the video. We're at 3 minutes 30 seconds, well, close to 3 minutes 30 seconds. I'll start like in 8. Shark Tank, you came to a vital video. I'm giving 8 minutes for people to come in the room. We're at 3 minutes 35 seconds. This is one to not miss. AC, salute. You're in a video that you don't really want to miss. It's going to be very short, but it's crazy. And when I heard the information about maybe 7 o'clock, I left my house. And, that's when I found the information. And I was already in my truck, driving away. So I said, I'll do it when I come back. When I came back, it was already late. It was like 10 o'clock, close to 10 o'clock. I had to eat. And I wasn't going to wait. Because if I lose the video clip, that I want to show you guys, then I'll be sad with myself. This is a for your information video. It's a crazy video. I want to just hold back until I just explain it one time. This is an alert. So it's pretty crazy. But Anyway, just hold on. You two guys are going to hear something crazy in a few minutes. We're at 5 minutes, 8 seconds. You're going to hear something. You're going to see something real crazy in a couple minutes. Damon for Yah, Tavex, period of becoming one. This is an urgent alert to my fellow Hebrew Israelites. Duke the Daywalker, Tavex, purity becoming one. It's great to have you in the house. You've come to an urgent video. I'm not even going to be doing scriptural. The scripture, I'm going to just come out of my coconut. No need to. I have this stuff in my head anyway. I'm just going to say it, and you're going to see something, and you will agree with me. This devil went DEFCON 3 or 4, DEFCON 4 on the earth, and it's going to affect you. And it probably is affecting you. Just don't know it yet. So the devil has went DEFCON 3 or 4, whichever one. I'm going to go with DEFCON 12,000 when you see this video clip. But, I want the end to come. Yes. I hate this damn demon. You're going to hate him even more, too, when you watch this. Not a little bit more like, yo, this is a damn demon. We really need to be rescued. We need an Exodus 3 rescue mission from the Most High. Hopefully you pray that every day. I pray that every day. DEFCON 3, like Cayenne West, or however you say his name. He said, I'm going DEFCON 3 or DEFCON 4 on it. It's like that. Crazy. I was late. I got back home late because I told you I saw the clip like about 7 o'clock at night. But I was already in my truck driving off, heading to the city. And I said, I'll do it, but I got back late. Got back like at 10 o'clock. I had to make my food real quick, eat it, because I got to go to bed like 3 hours after that. So DEFCON 1 is DEFCON 1 is the word. DEFCON 5 is safe. I know it. Excuse me. It ain't DEFCON 4. I'm going to put it at DEFCON 1.5 or 2. That's what I'm going to put it at. Because there's things that, anyway, let me hold it. Okay, anyway, listen. We're at 8 minutes, 24 seconds. Let's just give it 10 minutes. Because this, believe me, it's not going to be a long video anyway, because I got no notes. This video don't need any notes. I give my little comment. Yo, they went DEFCON 2 secretly. They went DEFCON 2 secretly. So, and it affects you and possibly me too, Strictly F-150. Tavex, period, becoming one, Tavex. This is a very impactful video I'm going to share with you, a video clip. The devil, you know who the devil that the Bible speaks of. He went DEFCON, I said 1.5, and because Duke, the Daywalker, said DEFCON 1 is the worst. So I'm putting this at DEFCON 1.5. That's how crazy it is. That's why it's very late, and I usually don't try to do videos this late because I know a lot of people are working, busy, they're gonna be up or whatever. But this, I said I got to do a video. So You know, all right, listen, we're already at 10 minutes, 30 seconds. You know I don't usually do that. I use 5, 6, 7 minutes, 8. But this is crazy. We're at 10 minutes, 38 seconds. We go to 11 and I start. Listen, the devil has went there. The devil went there. He took us, as Duke the Daywalker said, he said, what did he say? Oh, he said DEF CON 1 is the worst. So what I saw today, I consider it DEF CON 1.5. First, I thought DEF CON 4 was bad, but it's not. It's the opposite way. I think Kanye West said DEF CON 3. I'm not too sure. To me, it could be maybe DEF CON 3 to you, but to me, it's DEF CON, and it's not, and I'm not even laughing. I usually like make jokes, but this is not a laughing matter because this devil took it there. He went there with this. So anyway, listen, I'm glad to have you guys in the house. Shark Tank, Tarvex, AC Salute, Damone for y'all, Duke the Daywalker, Strictly F-150 in the house, and there's probably other people watching, possibly, that are not commenting. Listen, when I was leaving my house today, late, like around 7 o'clock, and I was driving off, somebody sent me a video, not this video. They sent me another video, and I'm watching it. I watched it, it was like a short. And then I scrolled up, and then I saw that. That nobody sent me that. I found that. And when I stopped my truck, and I said, these demons. See, the problem is, you want to know what, Israelite? We are the stars of this holy book called the Tanakh. They churches and Christians and Muslims, they use the King James Version. But this instruction and law book is the most sold book on the earth. Even though the remnant of Torah and Tanakh Israelites are very, very small. Who knows? Could be 70, could be 100, could be 200. Like I got maybe about 150, 180 people, 200 people watch my videos. I got like 1,000 something subscribers, but only like 200 some real controversial videos. Maybe I'll get 500 views, but this is the small genre. Remember, 600,000 left Egypt, and only 70, not even 1% made it in. So my channel is the less than 1%. That's how I view it. From my teaching, the Most High has allowed me to have comprehension, to understand his law and history book, and me to disseminate it to you guys. It's only a small percentage want to hear it, like how I bring it, how the Most High allows me to bring it. So, as I watched the video clip that somebody sent me, it was over. So I said, I flipped it up to the next video, and I saw this video. And the first thing that came to my mind, I'm like, I want to curse, effing demons. They went DEF CON, I said 3, 4, because I didn't know any better. I said, wow. I said, we're really living in the end times. It's getting serious. See, we're the stars of that Tanakh. They call the Old Testament. And some of you guys may think, not you on this live chat, you got the memo, but people that are going to watch this video when I upload it, they don't fully understand that this whole thing is a spiritual thing. Like, the movie stars, the rap stars, they're into Satan worship, witchcraft, Baphomet worship, all that shit. The rich, they're doing potions and shit. It's a spiritual thing. So this whole world, this whole system, what's going on is a spiritual thing. And we have the bullseye on our backs. Yes, a lot of the billions of people are going to be affected by it. But they're cannon fire. They don't care because the bullseye's on you. If they got to wipe out billions to get to 70, 200, 1,025 subscribers I got, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. And, they know that we got dietary laws. The laws is made up of sacrificial, dietary, commemorative, and civil. So they say, hey, oh, these guys got uh, a dietary law, and they think they're smart. Hmm. They're not going to be able to be pure on this earth. In Hosea chapter 8, Most High looks at Israel because, they're going after the fetishes of the other nations and their gods. And he asks the question. That's what I always say, Tav X, purity and becoming one. In the devil's mind, he said, well, you know, we can't make them not worship the creator, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the one in Exodus 3:14 who told Moses to tell Pharaoh, let my people go to come and worship me. My name forever is I am that I am, I will be. I hear, Asher, I hear. We can't make them not do it. And we know in Isaiah 45, God is only with the Israelites. In Amos 3, it says, out of all the people of the earth, out of all the families of the earth, only Israel has he known. He only dwells amongst Israel. He only dwells amongst the children of Israel. We want to mess that relationship up. And we got the majority of the Negroes, got them in the matrix. But that little percentage, we don't have them. But we want to get them because we the devil that the Bible speaks of. And they got the think tanks. Like, yo, how could we get these? Yo, I was waiting for you, JD Israel, to come into the room. Watch what you missed. Anyway, I let like 10, 11 minutes go by because I was kind of waiting for you to come in the room. This is a DEF CON. I said 3 because I thought it was when you go higher in number, that is worse. A day walker told me no. DEF CON 1 is the worst. And I got a video clip. I'm going to take it as a DEF CON 1.5. 1 is the worst. And you really could say 1. And it could be affecting you now. And it could have been affecting you a little while ago, and you don't even know it. So that's why I said this is an urgent video message. Let me show the clip, and then we can discuss it. We're definitely living in the end times. Definitely living in the end times. Most High is giving us a warning, a DEF CON 1.5 warning, urgent message. Fair use, fair use. 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Here we go. And put a comment in there. Tell me how you feel about this video. No, I'm going to watch. Urgent. Watch. Hold on. Watch it. People are texting me. Give me a second. I want as many people possible on this live chat. People are going to watch it. And anyway, I'm going to show it twice. And show it now. If put Give me your opinion of the video clip. Do you think it's valid? You think they've done it? Me personally, 1 billion%. And and then I'll show it one more time before I leave. Hurry. All right, I'm waiting for one more person to come in this room. Hold on. Be patient with me. Believe me, it's worth your wait. It's worth your wait. Let me get to the video here. And you know I'm doing it late because I'm like, you know what? I'm doing this video late, and I would say, let me do it tomorrow, but who knows what tomorrow brings? Who knows what tomorrow brings? And I could be, I could not find the video. I could. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Um, we're definitely, to me, your co-helic, Hebrew on the island too. We're definitely living in the last days. What I'm about to show you, I feel it's affecting you or will be in a very near future. I ain't talking about, no. And I'll be honest with you personally, I feel that it could have affected you already and still affecting you. You don't even know it. But let's watch the clip. I said fair use. Let me turn this fan off so you can hear it. And, put your comments how you feel, because it ain't no scriptures. How you feel about this. What do you think? I know people quick AI, whatever. Nah, this is information. And then we can discuss it and we'll call it quits. Let me turn the fan on. Here we go. Sorry I was waiting, but this is not even going to be long anyway. This is what I found today. Wait. Nah, not that. Hold on, stupid. See, listen, this is what.
Check out this death chamber, this washing machine. They call it aquamation, where they liquefy the dead and then dump the remains down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, they're showering in it, they're doing their laundry in it, and this is happening in most states across the country. In most major cities, they're recycling dead people and feeding it to the living. What does that mean exactly? And they're grinding up the bones into powder. They call this calcium phosphate, which is going to be used for food processing, undoubtedly. Maybe in your vitamins. And so what are the implications when people start eating dead people, like cannibalism? Is there going to be kuru running around out there? Mad cow disease? What about in a spiritual sense? What is that like when you're eating and drinking dead people? Of course, they're spraying this on the food supply. Irrigation. They're using dead people as compost, and people are drinking it. So what does that mean? What does that feel like, ladies and gentlemen? Obviously, this is another satanic ritual that's being performed before our very eyes. And essentially, people are being raped by this death juice as they're forced to drink it. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. Now they're drinking dead people in the major cities. That's why they're all crazy in these big cities. They're drinking dead people, and they don't even know it, for the most part. And they keep finding human DNA in the food supply. What do you think that's all about? It's probably not just aquamation, but they're probably grinding babies and who knows what else in these meat processing plants so that people will eat human flesh without even knowing it. That's how these cult members get their kicks, ladies and gentlemen, quite literally.
So
when they're feeding the dead.
Listen, so I'm going to show that again at the end. I want to discuss it. We have in Leviticus 11, we got dietary laws. And you may not think that we're the stars of that Tanakh. They call it the Old Testament. The ancient Hebrews that were not Jewish people, Jews were the ancient Hebrew Israelites. They know that we got laws. We have a target on our back. Remember, we're in the curses. We got a demon. He decided to go DEFCON 1 on us. When people are into cannibalism, they go crazy. I forgot I don't study that, but I know that's what it is. You eat humans, flesh, your mind gets affected. And you go crazy like zombies and shit like that. You tell me you think that's AI generated and fake and this. No. They're the devil that the Bible speaks of. I say all the time on this, I show my ring, my signet ring. Tavex, pure becoming one. We can't be pure in this earth system. This is why the earth system gotta finish. The Most High, he said in Deuteronomy 32, he said, you made me jealous. You went after the heathens, fetishes, and their gods. He says, so I'm going to make you jealous. I'm going to put a foolish nation, no people over you. They don't care about making zombies out of their people. You can't be cannibalizing. Somebody look up cannibal. The side effects of being a cannibal. Number one, they're spraying it on the crops. They're putting it in the drinking water. They're sprinkling the dust in the water and in the food supplies, in the canned foods, in the packaged foods. And we got a dietary code. We can't be eating pork, shrimps, lobsters, crabs, mussels, sharks, octopuses, and pork, and all that, and rabbits and camels. Tigers. We ain't supposed to be eating on that. And we got a demon. He said, yeah, they're going to stay away from that, but we're going to do something. We're going to make them eat people. They don't even know it. Well, we probably been doing it for a while. That's why a lot of people are crazy in the cities. And it takes time for you to get like a crazy person. And we're going to keep making them drink it and eat it. And they don't know. So how can we live in this crazy world? How can it says purity, Tav-X, purity becoming one. The Most High looks at Israel and he goes, is Israel capable of purity? Well, what I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be very hard for us to be pure with a demon who decided to go DEFCON 1 on us, on everybody, but he don't care about the other people. He cares about getting you. This is a spiritual battle. Some of you guys don't think so. It's just black and white. It's a spiritual battle. And you got Esau hiding behind the curtain, the Negro. You got dietary laws. They're not pure. They eat people. You see that Simpson thing, people eating people, and you see what they do? When they talk, remember, that I forgot what Federal Bureau, they put out a zombie report. Remember a couple of years ago, they said there's a zombie infection or something coming or whatever. It may take quite some time for their little sprinkles of human particles in your food, in your drinking water, everything you consume to take effect. Let me see if I can find that. Put your comments in there. I want to read. What do you think about what I just showed you?
When they're feeding the dead to the living.
Let's watch this again. Let's watch this again.
Death chamber, this washing machine. They call it aquamation, where they liquefy the dead and then dump the remains down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, They're showering in it. They're doing their laundry in it. And this is happening in most states across the country and most major cities. They're recycling dead people and feeding it to the living. What does that mean exactly? And they're grinding up the bones into powder. They call this calcium phosphate, which is going to be used for food processing, undoubtedly. Maybe in your vitamins. And so what are the implications when people start eating dead people, like cannibalism? Is there going to be kuru running around out there? Mad cow disease? What about in a spiritual sense? What is that like when you're eating and drinking dead people? Of course, they're spraying this on the food supply. Irrigation. They're using dead people as compost, and people are drinking it. So what does that mean? What does that feel like? Ladies and gentlemen, obviously this is another satanic ritual that's being performed before our very eyes. And essentially people are being raped by this death juice as they're forced to drink it. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. Now they're drinking dead people in the major cities. That's why they're all crazy in these big cities. They're drinking dead people, and they don't even know it, for the most part. And they keep finding human DNA in the food supply. What do you think that's all about? It's probably not just aquamation, but they're probably grinding babies and who knows what else in these meat processing plants so that people will eat human flesh without even knowing it. That's how these cult members get their kicks, ladies and gentlemen, quite literally.
What I want to tell you, you know, my description of the heathen Gentiles in Esau is Psalm 36, if I'm correct. It says, his words are evil and deceitful. He doesn't consider good. His path is no good. On his bed, he does mischief, and he doesn't resist evil. That's Psalm 36. His words are evil and deceitful. He doesn't consider doing good. His path is no good. On his bed, he plots mischief, and he doesn't resist evil. Micah 2, woe to him that does iniquity and plots mischief on his bed. And in the morning, he can do it because the power is in his hand. Woe means destruction. They're going to be destroyed, but we're going to go through the fire. You know, we do Sabbaths, we do this, we do that. We try to keep all the laws as close as possible, and we got a demon over us. You know, Nuha, when she was on, she says one of her favorite things is, all the doors are closed. People, Israelites, the doors are closed. We can't even control what we consume. These niggas are spraying stuff from airplanes on us. They put stuff in our clothes that when you sweat, it goes into your pores. We can't sleep without them can't brush our teeth without them getting involved, being a demon. Can't go outside because they're spraying us. We can't take a shower because they getting us. They can't even eat. So this is what's going on. That's why I label this an urgent alert. You say, well, what's your solution? My solution is, I think it's in 2 Chronicles 20. Don't quote me. Remember, I told you this wasn't going to be a thing. And Jehoshaphat, King Jehoshaphat of Judah, a lot of nations were coming on ships to invade them. They were terrified. They were crying and all that. And Jehoshaphat said, he asked them, what can we do? He said, we're going to do what our forefathers did. We're going to pray, put on sackcloth, fast, cry out to the Most High. And the Most High gave him instructions and said, yo, don't be afraid. I'll be with you. Go to the beach and meet them. They're coming. And watch me. And when they were, the enemies, Israel's enemies coming, they were just falling out dead. I feel we're at DEF CON. I said 3 in the beginning, I didn't know the level. I think we're at DEF CON 1.5 or 2. It's very bad. So we are definitely living in the end times. It's crazy. In America, especially. They do it, whatever, but third world places like where I'm at, they take their time to do it. Not saying they ain't going to do it because that a C9, that thing, and, the cops is everywhere. They're stopping you. They're trying to get, so, it's a worldwide thing. This devil got to be stopped. The thing is, we could, the Most High made it where we can't take it. The Most High built Egypt up so powerful where we got to cry out to the Most High. This is what he's making. It's the same thing. So you can't. So you can't drink. I buy bottle. Do you think they don't tell the bottle companies to put this in the bottled water? You don't think they're putting it in the regular water supply? You don't think they're sprinkling it on the crops? Because you got to water the crops. You think they ain't spraying it in the air so it can land down and go on your soil, go on your trees, go on your special little garden in your backyard that you think is good? All the doors are closing. When you eat people, it gives you that mad cow disease and stuff. It's like crazy, like that Simpson thing. They're eating people, zombies and shit. And it's I told you this video is crazy. Let me read these comments now. I ask you guys, tell me what you feel. JD Israel, I'm gonna read yours. Strictly F1. Put a comment in it. Tell me what you feel about that video I just did. AC, your message was deleted. I don't know why, but I didn't see it. But Anuha, listen, watch the video. And Shelly, the video is almost over. It's crazy, but I'm going to play the video clip one more time. As Anuha always says, all the doors are closed. The devil went DEF CON 1.5 on us. Even though all the other people, billions of people on earth are going to be affected, but the bullseye is on us because this whole thing is a spiritual thing that's going on. And somebody can say, well, is this what they're planning to do? No, you're dealing with a devil. He's been probably doing this for a little while. And, when people eat people, you can get that mad cow and them other named diseases that I don't know the name of. Makes you crazy. It makes you like a zombie. And remember, the government put out a zombie warning report. Remember? Listen, they tell you stuff. It's at that DEF CON 1.5 level. That's how I'm going to put it. So let's watch it again. And then listen, I want some input. I want you guys, I don't really ask you guys to do too much. I don't know what AC is doing. i.s.u.p.k Branch, I don't even see him on here. i.s.u.p.k Branch, I don't know if he got a different name, but I'm going to show you the clip. I'm going to show you the clip again. AC, Damon for Yah. JD Israel already wrote something. I'm going to read it. Strictly F-150. Anuha, Shelly Watkins, Damon for Yah, Young King. And, I want your comments on this. They our enemies, the adversaries of the Most High. We have the bullseye on our back. Just like the Israelites in Egypt had a bullseye on their back. Oh, they're not going to take the vaccinations. They're not going to do this. And they're in their think tanks. Oh, you're not going to do that? Oh, you have dietary. We're going to go so beyond your violation of your dietary laws. Oh, we're going to love it. And this is from their think tank. Let's do it again and write your comment how you feel about this video clip. Here we go.
When they're feeding the dead to the living, you know the end is near. Check out this death chamber, this washing machine. They call it aquamation, where they liquefy the dead and then dump the remains down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, they're showering in it, they're doing their laundry in it, and this is happening in most states across the country. In most major cities, they're recycling dead people and feeding it to the living. What does that mean exactly? And they're grinding up the bones into powder. They call this calcium phosphate, which is going to be used for food processing, undoubtedly. Maybe in your vitamins. And so what are the implications when people start eating dead people, like cannibalism? Is there going to be kuru running around out there? Mad cow disease? What about in a spiritual sense? What is that like when you're eating and drinking dead people? Of course, they're spraying this on the food supply. Irrigation. They're using dead people as compost, and people are drinking it. So what does that mean? What does that feel like? Ladies and gentlemen, obviously this is another satanic ritual that's being performed before our very eyes. And essentially people are being raped by this death juice as they're forced to drink it. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. Now they're drinking dead people in the major cities. That's why they're all crazy in these big cities. They're drinking dead people, and they don't even know it, for the most part. And they keep finding human DNA in the food supply. What do you think that's all about? It's probably not just aquamation, but they're probably grinding babies and who knows what else in these meat processing plants so that people will eat human flesh without even knowing it. That's how these cult members get their kicks, ladies and gentlemen, quite literally.
Okay.
When they're feeding.
Okay. That's AI. No, it's not. See, the art of war is to know your enemy. I've been a Koheleth for quite some time. I made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. I know who I'm dealing with. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. He took the earth now. You think is this happening in America? No. Europe, all over, even in these third world countries. But it's a little bit slower progression here, but it's here. The devil that the Bible speaks of, the heathen Gentiles, they went DEFCON 1.5 on us, and 1 is the highest. That's what I judge it. I judge it at 1.5 because they can do more. They can do a lot more. Maybe this is DEFCON 2. No matter, DEFCON 2 is very bad, and it's just a crazy scenario. And I had to share, which I know is late, but it was worth because I didn't want to wait till tomorrow because imagine if I can't find the video no more. So let me read the comments. Again, topics for everybody in the room. Damon for y'all, straight up. These creatures need to go. The seed of Satan doing what they only know to do. Wicked. I told you in Psalm 36, their words are evil and deceitful. They don't consider doing good. Their path is no good. and they do not resist evil. This is evil what they do. That's the description. When anybody says, oh, can you describe the heathen Gentiles in Esau? Psalm 36. Their words are evil and deceitful. They do not consider doing good. They don't consider doing good. Their path is no good. On their beds they plot wickedness, and they do not resist to do evil. That's them. Young king, I'm tired of these damn demons. One abomination after the next, the world system needs to be over. It's true. It is what it is. That's why I didn't want to wait for tomorrow to put this out. I just, JD Israel, Psalm 9:16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executes. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hand. Correct. And you know what? In Isaiah 48, there is no safety for the wicked. Yes, he's doing this now, and he thinks he's going to be safe going underground in his bunkers and his cities underground and all that. The major prophet said in Isaiah 48, there is no safety for the wicked. The Most High is coming for you. And the angels and the Israelites. You're doing this evil now because this is part of our punishment, but your day is coming. Nuha in the house, Shirley Watkins in the house. We can only go based off of Torah and Tanakh, Young King. Young King, I only care about the solution. And I don't feel good about the solution, but it is what it is. JD Israel, Jeremiah 33:8, and I will cleanse them from all their iniquity, whereby they have sinned against me. Does that also pertain to what the heathens infect us? Yeah, he's going to make us pure again. We're going to be acceptable in his sight. See, it says, Nuha's favorite verse, 2 Chronicles chapter 30, those who set their minds on worshiping the Most High, he provides atonement. That means forgiveness. So, on this channel, He on Island 2, I tell you guys all the time, have undivided loyalty to the Most High. Glory in your devotion to the Most High. 2 Chronicles 30, set your mind on worshiping the Most High so he can provide atonement. That means forgiveness. Isaiah 66, the Most High sight is on the poor, and I did a video yesterday about that. The Most High sight is on the poor and brokenhearted and those that are concerned with his law. So the Most High sight is on us if we're concerned with his law. That's why I read. That's why I want to be a co-help. That's why it forces me to study and read all the time, and study makes me concerned with his law because I want his sight on me. Because who knows? I could be drinking the water. I could be eating the vegetables, and because I'm a vegetarian with the micro particles of humans on it, like you. Every day, when you go to the restaurant, when you go to the cafeteria, when you go to the fast food places, the most important things on earth to keep you alive is air, 3 things, air, water, and food. We have to be involved with that every day. You're right, AC, they're the soulless ones. It says their spirit in Habakkuk, I think it's Habakkuk chapter 2, yeah. It says their spirit is not made upright, the heathen Gentiles. So how I look at the heathen Gentiles is Psalm 36. Their words is evil and deceitful. They do not consider doing good. Their path is no good. On their beds they plot iniquity and wickedness, and they do not resist evil. Micah 2. Woe, destruction to those that do iniquity on their beds and schemes. And in the morning they do it because the power is in their hands. Habakkuk 2. And their spirit is not made upright in them. I've been telling you through all my 800 some videos that we're dealing with the devil that the Bible speaks of. It's the heathen Gentiles. Even though they're manipulated by the spiritual Satan and stuff like that. It's them. They're physically doing stuff. They're like the getaway driver. Satan is the head guy, but it's really the Most High because this is his plan. Because he makes them do stuff. Because remember, we're in punishment, and this is his earth movie. But on a lower level, Satan's using them, and they're using their hands, going to think tank, big conference rooms, and how are we going to get these Israelites? We don't care about the other people. F them niggas. How are we going to get them? Because they're sneaky. They try to not do some of the stuff in society. Oh, I know. Somebody raise their hand. I know. Hey, let's liquefy all the dead people. They got a dietary law. And they're none of them, even though they think they're good. That's what they're saying. They're going to be eating dead people. They're going to be drinking dead people, not even knowing it. Great job, Wilbur. Start the liquefying machines. The press is making them. This is what's going on. Obadiah 1, 1, 8, 9. I like Obadiah 1:15. And the day of the Most High is near to all the heathens. For what you have done, it will be done unto you. Your reward shall be returned on your own head. Isaiah 59. You're going to you're gonna recoup. No, what does it say? Oh, for the deed, you're going to be rewarded for the deeds that you have done in Isaiah 59. Look at the deeds. This is crazy. This is DEFCON 2 or 3. They're doing on the earth, really just to get you. They know you got a dietary law, and you're not going to be pure in the sight of the Most High because you're drinking it every day, secretly, drinking it, eating it, showering with it. These are the devil that the Bible speaks of. I'm going to play it last time, and I'll call it quits. I felt this needed to be done.
When they're feeding the dead to the living, you know the end is near. Check out this death chamber, this washing machine. They call it aquamation, where they liquefy the dead and then dump the remains down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, they're showering in it, they're doing their laundry in it, and this is happening in most states across the country. In most major cities, they're recycling dead people and feeding it to the living. What does that mean exactly? And they're grinding up the bones into powder. They call this calcium phosphate, which is going to be used for food processing, undoubtedly. Maybe in your vitamins. And so what are the implications when people start eating dead people, like cannibalism? Is there going to be kuru running around out there? Mad cow disease? What about in a spiritual sense? What is that like when you're eating and drinking dead people? Of course, they're spraying this on the food supply. Irrigation. They're using dead people as compost, and people are drinking it. So what does that mean? What does that feel like? Ladies and gentlemen, obviously this is another satanic ritual that's being performed before our very eyes. And essentially people are being raped by this death juice as they're forced to drink it. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. Now they're drinking dead people in the major cities. That's why they're all crazy in these big cities. They're drinking dead people, and they don't even know it, for the most part. And they keep finding human DNA in the food supply. What do you think that's all about? It's probably not just aquamation, but they're probably grinding babies and who knows what else in these meat processing plants so that people will eat human flesh without even knowing it. That's how these cult members get their kicks, ladies and gentlemen, quite literally.
Okay.
When they're feeding.
Okay, you got it. This is the video. I told you it was an urgent video. It's like, Somebody can say, well, what's your solution? I already told you, Jehoshaphat's solution. Pray, fast, mourn, sackcloth, pray to Most High. All the doors are shut. Hopefully this video was edifying. This is the New Year's from Israel, Hebron Island 2. Until next time, next time.